Sound check. Right. Star Channel Tarot. We are going to look into the divine masculine. So if you believe you're in a twin flame reading, we're going to look and see what is going on with your person. All right. So let's start. Everything has been pre-shuffled. Rita, how are you? All right, I'm going to do a divine masculine reading today. All right, let's see. All right, so let's get some hidden messages. I don't really have a I don't know, maybe I'll do a 5 card. Okay. I want to get messages and then clarify. All right. So, on the bottom of the deck, we have I feel you leaving me behind. So, divine feminines, you may be doing the work. So your person is feeling that pull. I want to feel that way again. And I wish I had treated you better. Okay, for those of you that are new, hey Kat. For those of you that are new to my channel, Tarot has no gender. This is a general reading. Take what's yours and leave the rest. If it doesn't fit with your story, don't make it fit into your story because you're going to make your life miserable. I do not pull on toxic exes. Readings are timeless. The energy can be flipped if it's not you. It could be your person, so put the energy where it goes. Remember, I'm just trying my best to identify the energy. So if it's something different for you, listen to your intuition, okay? Listen to your intuition. If you'd like to book a reading with me, shoot me an email. My email address is starchanneltarot@gmail.com. Regular readings will arrive in 6 to 7 business days. So a little over, almost like 10 days, 10 regular days, 6 to 7 business days. Emergency readings will arrive in 24 hours. Remember to subscribe and hit your notifications so you know when the next reading will be. And last but not least, thank you to everybody who sends me messages, tips, donations. I appreciate them all. I know you guys work really, really hard for your money, so I appreciate you guys. All right. I know I was a distraction from your pain. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I regret lying to you. So there was some form of deception. This person was hiding something from you. I'm becoming a better person. I know I wish I could share my good news with you. So this person is progressing, right? And becoming a better person. I look for you everywhere and I'm afraid to contact you. All right. I'm interested in what this pain is. So I'm just going to ask what this pain is. What is this pain, please? Oh, on the bottom we have 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the Star. Healing, balancing things out, maybe making money. That's the energy the divine masculine is in. Healing, which makes sense, right? And becoming a better person. What is this pain? What is this pain? High Priestess. It could be something that's hidden, something that's spiritual, maybe, and we have pain here, inner conflict. So I'm feeling inner conflict that is going into transformation, death. 8 of Pentacles. This person's doing the work. All right, which one? What's the good news? Can you tell me what the good news is? Can you tell me what the good news is? Can you tell me what the good news is? Ace of Pentacles, and the Devil. Tell me more. What is the Devil here in the good news? What is the Devil here in the good news? The Star. Tell me more, please. What is this Devil in the good news? Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, the Fool. Jeez, okay. So I feel like the good news is that this person is getting clarity and maybe coming into money or stability. Clarity and stability, and they have been doing healing, and they want a new beginning. 2 aces and 3 major arcana for your person's good news. Something for Queen of Cups Pisces, Hanged Man Pisces, 6 of Cups Pisces. So 2 of your identifiers and soulmates, or this person's thinking about you, or this person wants a reunion. This person could have epiphanies about you. So I feel like this person is obsessed with you. They're thinking about you. They want to have a new beginning. They're having a breakthrough. They want to have a new beginning. These are both renewal cards. These are both new beginnings. Renewal, new beginning, clarity. I feel like but this person is afraid to contact you. Okay. Let me get some more. Yeah, you guys are in silence, no contact at the moment. Your person's friends or family could have been toxic. They could have been against the relationship. They want to apologize. They realize that you're their happiness and they want to start over dating. Okay. Your person could have been very focused on having fun or inner growth. Did you see that? Oh, divine feminine. I was looking for the inner. Look, I feel like I didn't mean to grab the divine feminine. I saw this on the split. So this is whole inner growth. So your person's it's confirming that I'm becoming a better person. The good news, I'm becoming a better person. And you're right underneath the better person. So that's the divine feminine. So is it the divine feminine that's pushing this person to grow? Not pushing them like literally like you better grow or not grow. But honesty, and they're missing the bonding. Okay. Intuition. Is this person being strategic or competition? Divine feminine again. That could be, oh wow. Divine feminine, divine masculine, one right next to each other. And unfinished business. Well, there's a very serious ending between you guys. Unfinished business, there was an ending, but this person wants to take a new chance. They want to take a chance. And we have marriage underneath that. This person is single, and their insecurities have been blocking them. Okay. I'm so glad that single thing came out there, because I have a feeling this person is afraid. If there was a third party that was interfering in your relationship, remember it said friends and family were toxic influences, then I believe this is you, Pisces, or the divine feminine. I'm sorry why I said Pisces. You, divine feminine, are starting to spread yourself and start seeing other people. That's why they're, where is it? I feel you leaving me. Oh, I think that was underneath. I think they're afraid. All right, let's clarify. What is this person being devious or strategic? Tell me about the strategic energy, please. Ooh, upside down. Was this person foolish, immature? Oh man, clarity, healing. It's the same cards. Was this person being immature? Um, were they being shady? Did they lie about things? Queen of Swords. Okay. Six of Wands. They do want to be seen with you. Yeah, Page of Wands. They want to come in with communication. They want to be seen with you, by you. They want to be recognized. They could also, it's an old-fashioned marriage card. Who is this Queen of Swords here? Oh, it's you. So they're afraid you're not going to listen to them. They're afraid you're not going to listen to them. They're afraid you're going to cut them out. Because they were very immature. And they weren't taking this relationship seriously. I have a feeling they may have not taken this relationship seriously. And when they probably thought you were more of a pastime, something fun, uh, a placeholder, not the real thing. And not until they were separated did they figure out that you're more than the real thing. Look, they fell down right next to each other. Judgment. This person wants to return. Nine of Cups. You are their wish fulfillment. And they are Eight of Swords. They are stuck on this. Let me see, what else can I ask about this? Alright. Let me get the other deck. I'm getting called to use this deck now. The Beyond, the Soul. Yes, I remember the Lovers was underneath. So that's union. The soul, something's calling them. They do want to progress. Is this, are they afraid Pisces is with somebody else? Tell me about this competition, please. What is this competition? Who is it in regards to? Eight of Cups. This person could have walked away. Seven of Swords. There could have been a betrayal. Something. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, tell me more, please. Five of Swords. King of Swords. Two of Swords. This person has clarity and they know they need to make a decision. What is the Seven of Swords here, please? Okay, this person walked away to figure things out. And they figured out you're their happiness. Yeah, you are their happiness. Epiphanies. They had their epiphanies that you were their happiness. Jeez, dude, look. Oh, man. We have Pisces energy, and in the middle, Ace of Cups. When in my head, I was like, okay, so what I was asking was, is this them being deceptive, or was this them trying to figure things out? Because, why do they walk away? And I got the sun. I'm like, okay, why the sun? Sun is like ultimate happiness, ultimate everything. And Dynamo! I saw my person's sister today and talked to her. She said they're going through it like mom, non-stop karmic. Yikes. Dark night of the soul stuff. Yikes. Well, that's what the cards have been saying. Isn't that crazy? It's so like you need it when you do your meditation or your prayers. Thank your whoever you're praying to, your ancestors, for you getting that communication, because that's such a powerful communication. It's giving you confirmation of everything that you're seeing, um, so that's really powerful. That's really powerful. That to me tells me that you're in the energy, definitely. Hey, House of Pisces. Oh, you're fine. Let's see. Okay, so this person walked away, so I asked, like, why did they walk away? Is this because they were being deceptive, like cheating with somebody else, or were they being deceptive, like trying to, or I'm sorry, or were they trying to figure things out? And we got the sun, and I'm like, okay, so were they trying to figure things out? And it's yes, because this is communication, making a choice, and it's like, who is their happiness? Ace of Cups, Hanged Man, and Queen of Cups. That's Pisces energy. So the divine feminine, right? Tell me about this devil here, please. Let me leave that here. Tell me about this devil, please. Pisces, your person could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or, oh dang, they love you. Or we have water signs as well, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Or this person is, yeah, this person can't stop thinking about you. Divine feminine, this person can't stop thinking about the divine feminine. We've got Five of Wands, that's this card, right? Competition, Three of Cups, wanting to come together, Three of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords, thinking about you nonstop. So this person, divine masculine, right? They could be coming into stability and figuring out their emotions. Anything else about the devil? They want to balance things out with you. They want to progress. We got progression and the Chariot. This is the fastest card in the deck. Okay. What is this person waiting for? Wow. Tower on the bottom. What are they waiting for? High Priestess and Three of Swords. Um, they're suffering. They're suffering. Dynamo, they're suffering. It's showing up right here. Because over here we had, I'm afraid to contact you, right? And what else did we have? We had silence and no communication, or very little communication. Like, you guys remember, like, this is the energy. So don't go into like literal black and whites. It says this, like, look for the nuances and how it applies to you. It's impossible for me to give information for absolutely everybody who's going to watch this. So try to pick up on the messages that are meant for you. I mean, undoubtedly, I'm going to be channeling a lot of Pisces energy because we have a lot of Pisces here. So this could be Pisces divine masculine, right? But I was focusing on channeling divine masculine in general. And we have divine masculine and divine feminine. And we have divine feminine here, this is also the card of divine. This and the Empress are the two cards. No, the Empress and the Moon are the three cards I use to describe divine feminine. And the counterpart to the High Priestess for me is the Hierophant, and the counterpart to the Empress is the Emperor, and the counterpart to the Moon is the Sun. So we have divine feminine, sorry. They're heartbroken over the divine feminine. And it just happens that this is the identifier for Pisces. Also, this is something that is hidden. They're waiting and it's hidden and they're in pain. They're going to go through some kind of tower moment, which can be an epiphany. Queen of Swords, it's going to give them clarity about balancing things so they can come in for a new beginning after being a hermit, having a horrible ending with their soulmate, twin flame. Okay. All right, let's continue asking. Oh no, I want to ask more. Hold on, because I'm nosy. So is this divine masculine afraid the divine feminine is going to be with somebody else, or are they with somebody else? Can you please let us know? Tell me more about this. What was that? Hold on. They're stuck on you. They can't stop thinking about you. They're probably pretty miserable right now. Seven of Wands. They either, tell me more please before I say anything. Five of Cups. There's that depression again. Feeling deep pessimism, deep regret, pessimism, depression. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. I'm trying to manifest you. You know, this makes me angry because they need to do the work. Part of the work is them being brave enough to come talk to you and face themselves, face their fears, face their ego, face their trauma, face their self-limiting beliefs. And instead they're trying to manifest you so you do the first move, Pisces or divine feminine. So be aware. If you're getting pulled to contact this person, don't. Let them come to you, because they are, how could they be manifesting you? They can be thinking about you day and night, which we saw that. We've got Nine of Swords, we've got Eight of Swords. They look for you everywhere. If they're looking for you everywhere, that means they're thinking about you all the time. Okay? If they're going to the supermarket, maybe I'll see the divine feminine. If they're going to the movies, maybe I'll see the divine feminine. If they're going to a bar, maybe I'll see the divine feminine. They're manifesting you. They're trying to bring you there, you know? Or trying to, they're manifesting you. Also, I don't know if we got, I don't think we got, well, this is kind of lusty. If your person is masturbating to you, they are manifesting you. Think about it. They're pulling on sexual energy to call you into them. Oh, absolutely. That's what they'll do too, poking the bear. Absolutely. But I still want to know if they're poking some other some other bear, or they're afraid you're getting poked. Okay, tell me more, please. Dang, they know you're their Ten of Cups. You're their absolute emotional um, fulfillment, emotional happiness. They want to balance things out. Hold on. They're thinking about things a lot. There was some ending. Let's see what's underneath. Patience. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so does this person have a new perspective? They're depressed. They're depressed, and we're talking about third parties. Are they depressed because they think Pisces was, or divine feminine is with somebody else, or because what? Tell me more, please. Why is this person depressed? Why is this person depressed? Maybe because they're recognizing that they were in and out, unstable, sorry, in the relationship. Nine of Cups, they could have been charming, flirtatious. Again, it came out, the King of Cups. This person loves you and they do want to progress this, but it fell out here. So it's not even, okay, so when certain cards fall out here, sometimes I'll get special messages from them. So the fact that this is separated from the group means that this is the energy this person's in, and this is the energy that's outside of them. Okay, so they are trying to figure out how to do this, but they don't understand how to progress it yet. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. This person does want to come in. That means something is happening to your benefit that you don't see. Wheel of Fortune and Justice are both forms of karma. Justice can also be marriage if it is next to a marriage card. It's next to the Empress. Dude, this person's going to come in. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. This person is holding back because they're scared. This person has been, there's a separation. 4 of Swords, separation, healing. 4, 4, this person's holding back. They do want to come in with some kind of love offer. They're trying to find the strength, try to be brave. I'm afraid to contact you. They're trying to be brave. It's confirming that. Here you are. Here you are, divine feminine, divine feminine, divine feminine. You will be receiving justice. It's going to happen fast when it happens. I think, and Wheel of Fortune, karma, justice, karma. You're getting it twice. I think it's this waiting period that is the most daunting, but once things start moving, it'll go. It's still not answering my question. Let me get another deck. Let me try the angel deck. Maybe the angel deck will talk more. It's giving me their emotions versus if they're afraid. Are they afraid this is divine feminine with somebody else? Can you tell me about this, please? Oh, 4 of Wands. Oh, we're talking about, it's definitely about twin flames, right? Divine feminine. Tell me about this, please. Heartbreak, 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and the Fool. So this person is in heartbreak because they left, they self-sabotaged, or they ruined the relationship, or they made it so you had to leave. And the Fool, they want a new beginning. Are they afraid? We have King of Wands underneath. Your person could be a fire sign, the divine masculine. The name Daniel could also be relevant. 7 of Wands. Didn't we have the 7 of Wands around here? Yeah, we did have it. We had it over here. 7 of Wands. They could be getting a new perspective on the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy, or they could be getting a new perspective on your spiritual connection, because this is the divine feminine, how I read it. It's one of my, yeah. And we have the King of Pentacles, Lehahia, 9 of Pentacles, and 4 of Cups. This person's going to come in with some kind of offer toward you because you're independent and thriving. You're not together, right? They are seeing you for what you are, and here they are coming in trying to offer you some form of stability. So this person is gaining a new perspective on you. They may want to actually protect this union. So once again, can you let us know, is this person afraid of other competition, or please make it clear so I can understand. What is this competition? 6 of Wands. Yes, okay. And there's the Moon. Page of Pentacles, strength. All right. So the 6 of Wands is being seen and being recognized, okay? 6 of Wands can also be marriage, but in this context is this person wants to be seen and recognized by you. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Rider-Waite, this is a person who's on a horse and everybody else is standing on the ground. So they're elevated above everybody else. So that confirms to me that this person wants to be seen by you, okay? The 5 of Swords is competition. I'm sorry, 5 of Wands is competition. So this person is afraid, you have other energies in 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 your vicinity, other energies vying for your attention, and they want to be seen by you. And underneath, for confirmation, we have an identifier how afraid they are. The moon, major arcana, they're scared. I'm scared to contact you. Page of Pentacles, they want to come in with some offer. And again, they're scared because we have strength. They're looking for strength. That's crazy. That's fear. And really, this is fear because you have to find strength, right? You're finding bravery so that they can come in with their little puny offer. Yeah. And temperance, the Four of Swords, and the World. Patience, there's healing that's happening. Temperance is also healing. Four of Swords is also healing. The World is, it could be a new cycle beginning. It could be distance. This could be healing the distance between you, whether that's actual geographical distance or emotional distance. This person thinks about you a lot. They're going to have a tower. We have Uriel. That's, I'm trying to, whenever the Gabriel could be a name, that's, whenever I get any of these names, that all the other names are, I believe, Aramaic, so they're not as commonplace. All right, let's see. What can you tell us about the divine feminine? What can you tell us about the divine feminine? Tell us about the divine feminine, please. Please tell us about the divine feminine. Tell us about the divine feminine. Tell us about the divine feminine. Well, Page of Wands, Page of Cups. This person wants to come towards you. Love offer, something fun. This person loves you. They feel like this is destined, which makes sense if you're divine feminine, divine masculine, right? Ace of Cups. That's crazy, dude. They love you. They're waiting. Four of Swords. They're waiting. They love you. Tell me about the divine masculine, please. Let me get the other deck. Get another deck. House of Pisces, how are your readings coming out? Are they like the same energy that I'm getting? Tell me about the divine masculine, please. Dark night of the soul stuff, yeah. That's probably why the energy's so thick and heavy and hard. I can't remember what reading did I just do? Oh yeah, I did Pisces and Pisces person's alignment. When I got into the alignment, oh, I could feel the energy shift. It's such a hard energy to channel. Also, some really weird twin flame readings that are not my person. Hmm. Well, there's also, there are other people outside of the Pisces collective, which is interesting. Hmm. Tell me about this divine high priestess on the bottom, divine feminine, hanged man. Didn't I just shuffle this? You're heartbroken. This person is heartbroken over you. They're gonna go through some kind of tower. High priestess, that's you. Pisces energy or divine feminine. Um, spiritual connection. That's the spiritual connection. Having epiphanies, also Pisces energy. Having epiphanies about heartbreak, about their sorrow. So once again, I remind you, if you guys, and also it's really important to check your energy, because this energy is really heavy and very difficult to navigate. So if um, you may think it's you, and it could just be this person, because if you're twins, you're going to pick up on their energy. So, and remember, this is no gender. So if your person is the divine masculine, they're probably going through a very difficult time right now. So it's good to, if you're depressed, like, why am I depressed? Sit down and ask yourself like these very basic questions. Sometimes it helps get you out of the funk. Like, why am I depressed? What is it? How do I feel about this? Um, how does this affect me? Why does it affect me like this? Try to get to the source of your feelings. And if it doesn't resonate with your storyline, then you're picking up on your person's energy, okay? Um, just, I think that'll be helpful to some people, because otherwise, this energy can really this energy can pull you down. This is a very heavy energy, you guys. They're going through a very difficult time. Does not mean for you to go reach out. They need to do their own work. Let me repeat that. They need to do their own work. You can't do their homework, because they will never learn. You'll stay on the cycle. The whole point is to elevate to the point where you can be together. Mm, yes. Yes, everybody has divine masculine, divine feminine. You're not just going to be solely divine feminine. So at this moment, you should be healing whatever it is within you. Also, since your person, I tell you guys this all the time, your person's in a lot of fear right now. That could be because they're afraid of their transformation. Transformations are very, very difficult. It means letting go of your past. Remember, we had that their friends and family were bad influences. That could mean that they have to lose a lot of their friends. They might have to separate themselves from their family. Just because they're your family, just because they're your friends, doesn't mean that they're healthy. There are a lot of toxic people around you who put um, limiting beliefs on you, who make you feel like you're not worthy. And to level up, there's a reason why the Buddha was in isolation for 6 years. People have to go through isolation to clear themselves of crap, literally. So if your person is going through a transformation, it's also them going through their own personal reckoning, like figuring out the stuff that does not work with them and literally exercising it from their life, getting rid of it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Work, it can be anything. Talk, their fears, their ego, their trauma, their self-limiting beliefs, their coping mechanism. Like, it could be sobriety. What do they do? It can be, it's that same energy, but it manifests in different ways. And I will tell you, if you do not heal those things that are not working with you, you'll just keep on repeating the patterns every single lifetime. You come back, there is no end. You just repeat until you learn the lessons and you elevate. But here's the thing that people don't understand: you don't just, and when you return, like, you don't know how the lesson's going to manifest, right? Just so I'm saying this energy, and everybody has, if you're resonating with it, then you understand it, but it could apply differently to you. So for some people, third party is like the person, friends and family got in the way. For other people, this person prioritized money. I need to have so much money to be with my divine feminine, otherwise I can't be with them. For other people, it could have been an actual person. There are different ways, or working, whatever, or drinking, or drugs, or, it can be anything, but it's the same energy. But the longer you prevent yourself from healing, the more magnified that the energy gets when they come around. So the energy gets stronger. So the next lifetime, it'll get stronger and it'll get stronger. And eventually, It can end up in illness. It will show up in illness in your, not in, I mean, not in this lifetime. You could be having illness from God knows when, you know. Energy is never destroyed. People don't understand that. Energy is never destroyed. Never, never, absolutely never destroyed. It just transforms. Tell me about this. Tell me about this divine masculine, please. What's happening with this divine masculine? Three major arcana. They want to come in toward you. They think you're so beautiful. You're so amazing. They want to come in with an offer. They're trying to be patient. They could be working on their money, or they see you as ultimate stability. They're trying to heal so they can have a renewal and they can have union. This is renewal. This is union, a new beginning, partnership. This is the choice. This is also the choice. No, that's a moth. I don't know what a moth means. This is the snake, right? Snakes are transformative. Apple is knowledge. Frog is, I believe this is like spiritual clearing. I believe the frog is spiritual clearing. Tell me more. Anything else about this? So this person does want to return, and they are doing healing right now. They're making a choice to return. They're making a choice for renewal. Even though you don't see it, or you can't see it at the moment, Paige, they're watching you. They are trying to gather information. Probably gather information so they can come in. Yep. They're going to have a breakthrough. They're going to have a breakthrough because of this. They're either going to have a breakthrough in their inner conflict. Tell me, what is that, inner conflict, or is that outer conflict? Is that the third party? The third party, five party. What is this five? They have clarity. I feel like they're going to have a breakthrough because they're going to be brave, because this is also someone who takes charge, who's someone who is brave, the Queen of Wands. So I believe they're going to be brave and face their inner conflict so that they can come toward you. King of Wands, which we had over here, right? King of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sag. You are their wish fulfillment. Soulmates. That's you. Pre-Empress energy, and that's the Emperor right next to the pre-Empress energy. So they're bossing up. They're trying to get their stuff healed so they can come in as an emperor, because right, this is the only difference between this and the Empress, is that this is single. The Empress can be single or in a partnership, but the Nine of Pentacles is always single, and that was right next to the Emperor. Okay, I just want you guys to understand that a divine feminine can be single. You don't have to be with somebody. The divine masculine becomes a tyrant when they are single, when they don't have that energy that levels them out, that guides them. All right. Why is that? It's because the divine feminine is connected to source, and they lead the divine masculine into healing, right? The divine feminine is supposed to create the spiritual home and the divine masculine is supposed to create the protection of that spiritual home. All right, let me see if I can see actions. What is this person going to do? What is the divine masculine going to do? Can you show us actions, please? Action. Get to see actions, actions. Oh yeah, Eli, if you're constantly feeling your person's energy, it could, yes. Also, I would say, like, when you pray or you meditate, ask your ancestors, your spiritual guides, for messages that are clear, that you will understand and you will not misinterpret. So I don't know if you guys, when I pray, I always ask for clarity, and sometimes when I'm shuffling and I'm speaking to my guides, I ask for something that I can clearly interpret for you, so that there is no confusion. Okay, it's very important because um, we can get lost in 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 confusion. Really, we can get really lost. So it's very good to ask for clarity, and you can say stuff like, I've said that, like, if this person is thinking about me, then show me a purple dragon. You know, don't say, like, show me a red car. There's so many red cars out there. There's so many white cars. Make it something that you're gonna be like, oh, this is definitely a sign. Oh, show me a red heart. You're gonna see a red heart. You're gonna see rainbows. Try to make it something specific that you'll be like, that's definitely a sign. Also, um, if you've got to start paying attention to the conversations that are happening around you. Once you're connected, the signs will be all around you. So you may hear their name repeated all over the place. You may be going to the supermarket, you may be at the park, and or just walking down the street, and when you walk by a group of people, they say your person's name and they have a conversation about that person. So that's the energy, that's the universe bringing that person into your consciousness. So if your person is John and you're walking in the park and you say, oh yeah, John was talking about da 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 da, you go to the supermarket, John was, you're walking by, like, John ate my ice cream, mom. If you're at the Honda dealership and you're looking at cars and the guy's name is John, you know, you've got to be aware of everything. You've got to be open up your eyes and be aware, because the messages are all around us. We just doubt a lot. Yeah. And you know what? Validate those moments. When those moments happen, validate them. Say thank you for this message. Thank you for this confirmation, because this is a difficult journey. If you guys are on this journey, it's difficult. You're in no contact. And the reason you're in no contact is because you're supposed to develop yourself. This person is returning. Every single reading that I get, we always get that this person is returning, right? So, what do you do in the interim? This is the time period where you become your magnificent self. This is where you heal the things that are holding you back. And we all have things that are holding us back. All of us, absolutely all of us. But we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, this is what's holding me back. This is what I'm afraid of. I'm going to heal it. That's why I always give you guys, like, random examples. If you're afraid of spiders, teach yourself to not be afraid. Go touch a spider, go save a spider. Don't kill it if it's in your house. Like, pick it up and take it outside. If you're afraid of the dark, turn off the lights and, ask your spirit guides, your ancestors, to be with you and protect you, and learn to accept the darkness. If you're afraid of, I don't know what, if you're afraid of heights, go to a building and go to the highest. You've got to face your fears. The more you face your fears, you're making yourself stronger, and because you're in a twin, your person is you. They are your mirror. So they will be doing things that will also elevate them as well. And it's it's difficult because, you know, like straight up facing yourself and being like, what is holding me back? If you're at a job that you don't like and you're afraid to let it go, start looking for a job that you will like. If you have friends and you're afraid of not having friends anymore and your friends are crap, they're holding you back. So you're going to have to cut them out. I feel like your person is cutting out a lot of stuff, and it's very difficult to do. And it's very sad and lonely and difficult. Every single master, spiritual master, has to go through an isolation period. Every single master. Why? Because it's facing yourself, facing your true self without the noise of everybody else, whatever crap everybody tells you, whatever they want you to believe. And it's also facing your own personal demons and not falling into hubris, not falling into pride. It's such a fine balance where, you know, just because you may ascend, if you ascend and you're, you know, you can't ascend and believe that you know everything, because even in ascension you know that you know nothing, because everything is always changing. Please, can you show us actions? Is this person going to take actions towards the divine feminine? Is the divine masculine? What is the divine masculine's actions right now? Actions towards the divine feminine. Actions. Four of Pentacles, they've been holding back. Please show us actions. Actions towards the divine feminine. Actions. We have Justice. Three of Swords. You're going to have justice for this heartbreak. This person is there. You're going to have healing for this Five of Cups, extreme pain. Page of Swords, Two of Wands, the Magician. What else? Queen of Pentacles. You're going to have stability. Damn. Oh my God, Pisces. I can't believe I said Pisces. Divine Feminine. Wow. Okay. All of these cards came out as twos. They all came out as twos. That's the first thing. Why is that important? Because we're talking about a twin flame connection. 222. Okay? That's the first thing. Let me see if I wrote 222 down. Alignment. This person's coming to alignment. Okay. Second thing, we have Justice, Temperance, and the Hierophant. So, Hierophant is revealing higher commitment, revealing. This is also my divine masculine energy, which also fell on top of the divine masculine here. Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. 3 Major Arcana, which also falls in line with divine masculine, divine feminine reading. Why? Because we're talking about a very high level spiritual union, which is not going to be everybody, okay? Straight up, it's not going to be everybody. It takes many, many billions of lifetimes to get here. You have to learn a lot of stuff. And then when you decide to split and come back, you're saying to yourself, I'm going to forget everything and I'm going to relearn it for the fun of relearning and having these experiences and finding myself again. Because this was at one point one soul. This divine masculine, this divine feminine was one soul. And after having so many, I don't know, lifetimes, billions of lifetimes of loving themselves and having achieved some kind of beautiful existence, obviously I have no idea if it's like a nirvana or not because I haven't been there, but from the little that I know is that there's a split that is performed by the soul so they can come back down and reunite. It's the adventure. It's the movie. You know the ending. The ending is that there will be union again. But it's the middle part that you want because there's always going to be union. That's why you guys are on a cycle. That's why we have major arcana. Major arcana is something that has been orchestrated by the universe, by God, however you want to call it. Underneath each major arcana, we have three very important cards. For those of you that have been following me for a while, these cards are the three cards that come out when you're getting very close to union. Three of Swords. Three of Swords is extreme, extreme heartbreak. This is the kind of heartbreak that you get when you lose somebody you deeply, deeply love. This is not the kind of heartbreak you get because they ran out of your favorite ice cream at the supermarket or because you got in a car accident. This is deep pain that comes from a loss of someone you deeply, deeply love. That could be, for example. So if you're kind of heartbroken about somebody and you're not really feeling pain, this is probably not your reading. This is a very deep and dark pain where your soul is crying out. If you've never experienced that kind of deep and dark pain, this is probably not your reading. This could be very similar to the pain of losing a loved parent. Very similar to the pain of losing a child. Because losing a child is, if you're a good parent, it's unconditional love. And what is uniting these two energies is unconditional love. You're meant to come together with yourself when you fully accept yourself. What does that mean? You heal your fears, you heal your traumas, you fully accept yourself, you heal your ego, you heal your limiting beliefs. And I say that all the time, but people don't do it. This is extreme pain, okay? It's one indicator. Five of Cups. This is in such deep regret, such deep remorse that you are in a very dark place, okay? And you got the Five of Pentacles. This is feeling absolutely abandoned outside, feeling homeless, feeling because this you're each other's home. So if you're feeling abandoned outside, left out in the cold, you're feeling homeless, without resource, abandoned, not knowing where to go. These three cards, if you guys start reading, okay, and you see these cards show up, these are a very strong indicator that there's going to be some kind of union coming up, okay? Remember this for your readings. And you got all three in the actions. And all three came out in twos, and all three came out with a major arcana. So mirror energy, mirror energy, mirrored energy with a healing, healing, healing. Hierophant also heals because it brings clarity, it reveals. Temperance heals, balances the energy. This is Archangel Michael healing everything out for union. This is union. This is union coming. This can also be union. Justice with the Hierophant is union. Justice can be karma, balancing things out for you. You're going to get your just rewards. This is also, you get married in a courthouse. It could be marriage. And we have this justice with the Hierophant. For some of you, your person could show up and be like, hey, I want to get married. Hanged man. This is Epiphanies. This is Pisces energy. This is Taurus energy. Coming into union, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. That's also, that can be marriage. That's union. That's major stability. Ten of Pentacles is more than just, it's having wealth. It's, you're never going to suffer. You're not going to suffer for money, okay? We've been getting really powerful readings, you guys. Like, just when I think, like, we had this one and we had that other reading a couple of days ago that really, like, I was blown away. I think the biggest thing in tarot is, if you guys are reading, is learning to find the patterns in the cards, the synchronicities. Dark Night of the Soul is hard, dude. All right, let's see. Well, it looks like they're coming. Is there anything else we need to know? A storm is coming. A storm is coming. Dark Night of the Soul. A storm is coming. On the split, a storm is coming. Your person is going through some dark night of the soul thing. So once again, okay, I'm going to repeat to you guys. If you feel depressed, if you're feeling some kind of because you're twins, sit down and ask yourself, why do I feel like this? Where is this coming from? Is it me? Take showers, go walk barefoot in the dirt, ground yourself, um, get some tourmaline. It's a protective stone. You can get a really, it doesn't have to be anything that's visible. Get a little jewelry. You can, um, you can put it as a, nobody has to know. Get a stone, wear it, put it on your body. You can get a little necklace on Etsy for like 20 bucks. Um, something discreet. Nobody needs to know. But you need to protect your energy. Okay? You need to protect your energy, because if I, as a reader, feel this and I can identify it and I know it's overwhelming, for people that have less experience with energy, it can be very overwhelming. It can be very overwhelming. Okay? You can also get yourself some Florida water and, splash it on. Sage, sage your house, sage your bed, sage your clothes, sage everything. Palo Santo, you can grab some Palo Santo and clean stuff. You've got to be very conscious right now of this energy. This is this is heavy. And this is the same thing, like, people are like, oh, like when you expand the energy, right now we're talking on the individual level, right? But it's not like the energy is only stuck on the individual level. It expands. So it'll go into the city, into the country, into the world. And then you see major conflict. This is a time of major conflict on the planet. I don't need to tell you guys that. Please let me see. Please let me see. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know? There was some kind of interference. There was some kind of third party interference. So that could have been friends and family. That could have been work. That could have been a negative pattern of thinking. Fated meeting. This is a very important connection. Twin flame. Travel. Travel could mean that this person A wants to experience new things, or they're coming to you. And it's going to be unexpected. This person, you guys, do you see what I'm saying? This is repeating the energy. It's going to be unexpected. Your person is trying to be brave. Unfinished business again. Those cards didn't move. So when this person returns, you're not going to be expecting it. This person's trying to be brave. So once again, do something you're afraid of. Face your fears. If you're the divine feminine, you need to elevate yourself. Or, is it, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of something. What childhood trauma have you not healed? Heal it. What ancestral trauma have you not healed? People don't understand that, like we repeat unhealed trauma, and it's up to us to heal it so we don't continue repeating it, breaking the cycle. There's a cycle that has to be broken, and there's some type of elevation that has to happen, and the divine feminine has to lead the way. That doesn't mean that's regardless of gender. There are plenty of men, that are divine feminine. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with gender. I really feel like your person is, honestly, I really feel like your person is cutting out a lot of stuff right now. I feel like your person is going through a highly introspective, self-reflective time, and they're seeing how crappy the people around them have been. So their friends, it doesn't mean that they're jealous of you. They could have been jealous of the connection that you have. Like think about, people, if you're walking down the street and you see a couple that's genuinely in love, you can tell when people are genuinely in love, and you can tell when people are not. And some people are not happy to see other people that are in genuine love because they're jealous. Instead of thinking, oh my God, that's so amazing, like good, because love spreads, right? But if you're sitting there in a place of like jealousy, you're feeding the wrong wolf. You're feeling a very base, lower energy, and that's what ends up growing. I feel like they're friends. Their family may, if you're a twin, for those of you who don't know, twins two, two souls that are the same soul, divine feminine, divine masculine. So it's confirming that as well. Um, there has been some no contact. Your person's filled with anxiety and regrets. Do you see? And they're watching you in secret. The cards repeat themselves. It's a dark night of the soul. It feels really heavy. So I feel like your person is cutting out stuff. They're cutting out this negative energy that's been around them. And that's really hard, you guys, because that's them also realizing they're not going to have somebody to hang out with, right? They're not going to have somebody to go shopping with or go have lunch with or go grab a beer with or a workout buddy or a business partner, right? Or a toxic sibling or a toxic parent. And those are very hard lessons. Those are very hard lessons to learn, you guys. But any kind of self-mastery requires isolation. Especially self-mastery, ascension, becoming self-aware. Codependency. This person could have had addictions so they were obsessed with certain things. Passion. It could have been work, could have been money, could have been, could have been anything. So they're facing these things. Dude, I just spoke about healing family issues, and it's healing family issues. I just talked about toxic parents, toxic siblings, right? Social media energy. If you can't handle it, I would cut it off because social media can affect you really badly. So that means it's such a difficult thing to like if you get really taxed by, there's a lot of stuff that's happening right now, right? It's like finding that fine line, because I believe we have to be aware of what's happening right now, but also learn to separate yourself from the energy where you don't take it in so deeply, but you still have to be passionate about it. And it's difficult, but if it's like something where people are attacking you, then just just delete them. Don't just seriously just delete them, especially if you don't know them. Like when I get people that show up on my comments on the chat and are just talking smack to me, I'll just delete them. I don't even, or if they're talking smack to other people on the chat, I just delete them. I don't waste energy, because I know this is a very important message, and for people that don't get it, I'm not here, this, you have to be at a certain level of understanding to even be able to get this message. This is not for everybody. So you have to learn to really curate your information, when it's in regards to you. Don't let, oh, that's the other thing. Because the energy is so sensitive right now and it's so magnifying, I think I'm not very good with astrology, but there's so many um, planets and all that stuff that's happening, right? So we had the last one was the solar eclipse, I believe, and I think it was in Aries. So that's caused a lot of shifts, and that could be what is revealing things to your person to make them like come out and face themselves, face their fears, face their quote unquote limitations. So a twin flame will be two people that are different race, different age gap. It could be, but when I say age gap, it's not like 5 years. 5 years is not really an age gap because you guys like the same music, you guys like the same stuff. It would be like 10 years and more. So it could be like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30, I don't know, you know? Um, Race, age gap, religion. You guys could be different religions, and somebody in your family is really religious. Race, religion, age gap, age gap, caste system, um, different economic levels. One of you could be really wealthy. The other one could be. You could have a bunch of them actually. You could have all. You could have all of them, right? Um, you could be different nationalities, speak different languages. What else? You'd be the same sex. Basically, the twin flame is an opposite within your zeitgeist. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if we had been around, if this was, if this energy has to translate to is the same energy as it was in the 1500s, as it was in the 1200s, as it was in the 500s, right? We just um, change our meat bags, but it's the same energy. So it's whatever in society is condemned at that point. So what do I mean by that? Like in ancient Greece, it, and in Roman times, homosexuality was not condemned, right? So that wouldn't have been like a twin flame energy. It would have been like a poor plebeian and a senator, or you know, like or something that was opposed then, versus like fast forward once we got into present day and all the manipulation of church for power, right, of the people, then it would be like, okay, you have to be afraid of that, like when you're looking through the lens of Judeo Christianity. It was how to subjugate a people, right? And why is it done? It's done for money, for power. And for those of you that think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, open a book and go study religion, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I think this person's afraid that the love isn't going to be unrequited. Hold on. Fell down. Oh, two fell down. Very soon, and it is safe to love. Give your relationship a chance. New love, a new person, or has stirred children. I really feel like this person is coming, you guys. And just because I have these readings and I'm telling you this doesn't mean you have to accept them, because you guys are all on your own different paths, okay? I'm just here reading the energy, telling you. It's like the Weather Channel. I'm telling you what's happening. So if your person isn't ready, don't take them back. Don't let them grow, because you're only going to be extending your pain if they're not ready, okay? And ultimately, I don't know where in the organization of time and space your relationship is going to fit in and what role you play. I know you're playing an important role. I just can't tell you which role, right? I don't know. I can just tell you where the energy. I'm just here telling you what the energy is shown to me and how it repeats, and it always repeats. This person's returning. They are returning. I'm not going to ask when because, it's pointless. But let's get some angels for a closing. Let's see. Can we get some advice for the Divine Feminine, please? Advice, advice, some advice. Can you give us advice, please, beautiful angels? Please give us some advice for the Divine Feminine Collective. Give us some advice. Also, traditionally, okay, side note, twin flames back before, okay, so part of the reason why I'm doing these readings now is because the whole planet is in turmoil. Like there's a lot of stuff that's happening, okay? My belief is that you guys are here, true twin flames, to bring healing to the planet. Twin flames have always existed, but normally they'll come together and they'll separate because they're supposed to incite spiritual awakening within each partner. But during times of until each soul is ready to come together, right? But during times of extreme conflict, these souls will come together to provide pure sources of love. That doesn't mean you have to go and do something when you come together with your person. That means your mere existence is a testament to that love. And love is the highest vibration. And it uplifts, you'll uplift the people around you just by existing. You don't have to do anything. Your mere existence is in opposition to all the negative forces that are around. That being said, there are many unions that are coming into play right now. Many twin flame unions, which I believe is because there are so many in each country. There's so much crap going on. There's so much stuff that we're aware of. So many people filled with greed taking advantage of others, right? That energetically there needs to be a change. And because there are all these unions that are coming into place right now, traditionally a twin flame union, if you were to come into union, because most twin flames did not come into union. Now they're coming into union. They come into union at times where they are extremely necessary for humanity, for healing. All the stuff that's happening, I'm not even just on the planet, but like the celestial movements are creating a shift in timelines where you can unite with your twin flame. So where normally it might take 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it might take you 5 months. It might take you 10 months. It might take you 2 years. It might take you 5 years, which I know people that are twin flame unions for 20 years, or longer. It's not an easy union, but there are things that are happening that are beyond our control that need healing. So if you're meant to come into union, you will come into union. You may have a smaller separation period. You may have a larger separation period. This period in time is a time for union. So right now, it's like it's a very prosperous time. And there are like so many movements in the sky where things are changing from very long periods of growth. What do I mean by growth? I mean like dark times, Pisces has gone through a very dark period for like 16 years, for over a decade. I don't want to call it a dark period. I want to call it periods of growth, because hopefully each person is going to take the time to learn about themselves and figure out themselves and grow. That's the whole purpose of this experience, to grow. Why would you want to enter and exit the same? Doesn't make sense. To be stagnant and have no growth, it just doesn't make sense to me. All right, divine feminine. Well, you've got your partner here, your soulmate. It's saying look for that love within you, stability. You may have to walk away from certain things. You need to balance yourself, really study and figure things out, close unwanted cycles so you can move on forward. I think it's saying be open to the healing that's going to be offered to you, Four of Cups. You're going to have a choice, the lovers, for emotional fulfillment, Ten of Cups, that you are manifesting. So even if you're not actually like, if you're not doing like a tangible physical spiritual work, so like what do I mean by that? Like, you know, going in and you know, doing like candle work or stuff like that. You could also be manifesting this person by thinking about them. Um, you're manifesting this person by watching the readings, right? Collectively, you're adding to the energy. So yeah, there's love here. Focus on your love, focus on your stability. Walk away from the stuff that doesn't serve you. Balance yourself. Figure yourself out. Really take the time to be introspective. Close out cycles that you don't need. Free yourself from the things you don't need. Be able to accept the healing that is coming to you. Make a choice for genuine happiness, emotional fulfillment, and manifest it. Manifest it. You're in a very powerful energy right now. I can't stress that enough. You're in a very powerful energy. So be careful what you consume. So that also reminds me, people are like, well, it's okay to, your mind and your body. So if you're watching a scary movie and you're bringing the feelings of fear, your body doesn't know how to differentiate where that fear is coming from. Okay? It doesn't know how to differentiate whether that fear is coming from a movie or it's actual fear. But you're expanding that fear within your body. If you're watching a comedy and you're seeing something funny, your body doesn't know how to differentiate the happiness, that happiness is coming from a TV show or your person or from yourself. But you're expanding the energy of happiness within you. So please curate the things that are expanding your life. Don't watch things that are going to make you depressed. Don't listen to music that's going to depress you. Because your body, your brain cannot differentiate from where the origin of the energy, what the origin, the origin of the energy is. The body just accepts the energy and absorbs it, okay? And you're a magnifier. You're a magnifier. So you will magnify whatever energy you're taking in. Your body cannot differentiate what it is. So it's better for you to just take, like, feed yourself positive things. Robotic affirmation. Do your robotic affirmation. Justice on the bottom. To a choice, strength. Dude, strength. Your person face some fears so that your person will face their fears. All right. That's it. Let's see. Yeah, that's why I stay away from true crime as well. I don't want to get hacked up. Although I feel it's very interesting, but there are certain things I don't want to know because I don't want to bring them into my actual experience. So I stay away from them. But that's all I have for you guys tonight. I love you, and I will. What's tomorrow? Friday. I probably won't. I don't know if I don't have anything, because nobody. If you, I don't know. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow. And Saturday, I don't think I'll have time Saturday. I do have time on Sunday. Saturday, I do not. But your person's coming. Do the work on yourself, and they'll get closer. I want to be more than friends. Even if you guys are not in contact, it just means that this person wants to have they want to come together. But if they're not ready, Pisces, divine feminine, if they're not ready, you know, they got to be ready. Otherwise, you're going to keep on repeating the same stuff. I'm putting my little cards to bed. Good night, cards. Thank you for their help. Thank you for guiding us. Putting them in their little bed. All right, you guys. I love you. I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye, guys.